Every week, I ask for ideas for our next tip, and last week, I was asked to do a tip on what forms of IDs we can use to notarize individuals at the closing table. As real estate agents, understanding the different types of IDs that can help get your client to the closing table on time is important. In the past, there have been transactions where an individual comes in on closing day with an ID that doesn't work. Without a valid way to notarize a client, closing may have to be delayed in order for the customer to go get a valid ID, which can cause some problems for rate locks, domino closings, and even in some cases, we've sadly had a customer pass away before he or she could get back to the closing table. These things happen, but we can avoid surprise delays by letting your customers know up front what we will need in order to get them signed at the closing table. Acceptable IDs are not just about the title company feeling comfortable that the person or customer is who they say they are, but rather a signer's ID must fall within the statutory requirements for what a Texas notary can use to identify a signer. Texas law allows notaries to identify a signer via current state or federal IDs with a photo and a signature, foreign passports, but those are only for residential transactions, and, in limited situations, testimony from credible witnesses personally known to the officer and individual being notarized. Examples of acceptable forms of IDs include state driver's license and official non-driver's IDs, CHLs, U.S. passports, U.S. military IDs, resident alien IDs, or green cards that have signatures on them. Note, recent green cards do not have signatures on them. Unacceptable IDs include, but are not limited to, Social Security cards, birth certificates, which do not have signatures or photos. Also unacceptable are foreign-issued IDs, such as foreign driver's license and matriculas. Remember that the only foreign ID that a Texas notary may rely on is a foreign passport, and only in residential transactions. Additionally, pay attention to the requirements for names. The names on the notarized document must match the identification, although acceptable variations like nicknames are allowed as long as it is less and not more. For example, if the ID says Rebecca Jane Smith, we can notarize her as Becky Smith. You cannot notarize John Smith Jr. from an ID that only says John Smith and does not have Jr. on it. Lastly, many people ask about signatures, and those don't have to be legible and match the typed name exactly under law. However, many lenders require that individuals sign exactly as shown on their document under the signature line. Ask your clients about their IDs early on, and as always, consult with us if you have any questions on what is acceptable. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next time on more tips on enhancing your real estate expertise.